Salutations everyone, this is Racer here bringing you some Black Ops 2 gameplay on drone using the MP7 here on some headquarters, and I pop in late so you'll see me pop in here pretty soon. But today I want to go over my review of the game, the positives and negatives of Black Ops 2, and I'm just talking about the multiplayer. Haven't played the campaign yet because I've been preoccupied with the multiplayer, and I'm not really a zombies player. But from what I hear, the zombies are actually a big disappointment and take steps backwards. So that's a shame for those people. And there are more bad than there are good, which I know shouldn't be surprising, based off of this game so far, and the fact that it's easier to say what's bad about something than what's good about something. Say what isn't there than what is there. And I know that not everyone wants to hear the negativity. That's completely understandable. I get that, but I'm not going to compromise my integrity for what people want to hear. So I'm just going to be completely truthful and honest with you guys. And let's start off with the good, because there is some good in this game. The mute all button, awesome addition. Glad that Vaughn put it in. You just press X to mute, and, mute all except party. Pretty cool. You don't have to hear all those kids. You don't have to go through and mute each one individually. Um, the emblem editor, awesome. They added more layers. They have 36 now instead of, what was it, 15 before? I don't even remember. But we can do all the emblems that we couldn't do. Well, not all the emblems, but we could do much more emblems that we couldn't do in Black Ops because of these extra layers, and all the tools and stuff that they added for it is really cool. Also, you can save emblems, so you can have a couple saved up that you can change with. You don't have to recreate. That's really cool. The combat record is back. You don't have to go to Elite to see what your KD is with each gun, or your kills with equipment and such. You could look at anyone in the lobby's combat record, so you can see, is this guy really good, or does he just use the OP stuff all the time? Score per minute is back in the lobby scoreboards, and that's really cool. All the leaderboards are categorized by score per minute instead of total scores. So instead of whoever played the most is on top, it's whoever is the best is on top. Real big fan of score per minute. And one of the things that help with that is they reward you for playing the objective in this game big time. You get points for capturing neutral flags. You get even more points for capturing B flag than A or C. You get even more points for capturing an enemy flag. And you get more points when you get kills while you're capturing flags. You get kills for killing defenders. You get kills for killing attackers. And so that's really good. You get more points for confirming kills than for just getting the kill. You get points for any of the objective stuff, and it's really cool. It's not like the half-assed reward system that they gave us in Modern Warfare 3, so that's a nice improvement. As far as the good kill streaks go, I think the Guardian is a nice addition. It is quite annoying when the enemy has it, but when you have it, it's pretty awesome. You can protect a choke point, a flag if you need to, and it's pretty nice. The Lightning Strike, they took my advice with the Mortar team and made it an insta blow up kind of a thing. You don't have to like wait 4 seconds for the shells to finally hit, so that's pretty nice. You could put your camo on anything, all of the primary weapons and secondary weapons. It's nice that they finally included everything else. There was no reason in previous CODs that you could put camo on only assault rifles, submachine guns, snipers, and LMGs and shotguns, and absolutely nothing else. And it's nice that they added that. The Tomahawk crossbow and ballistic knife are all improved. The Tomahawk and ballistic knife fire like, it seems like 30% faster. They're much faster this time around. The crossbow has more bolts and the reloads are much quicker, and you get more ballistic knife shots instead of just the 2 that you had in the first Black Ops. You got 2 semi-automatics, which is nice for a little change of pace here. The COD casting, while it's not really important to me. It's a nice feature for those that want to use it. Knifing only and secondary only are both much easier to do, especially knife only. Dear God, you're seeing a lot more people just knifing in this game because of all of the stuff that they can get by just knifing, and the fact that knifing is incredibly strong in this game. strongest than it's been in any game if you don't take commando into the equation. Also, going secondary only is much easier, and it's a lot more fun to do since you can take off that primary weapon, get an extra perk, or you can use the secondary gunfighter attachment if you want to. That's really cool, and it allows you to play the game in more ways than in some previous CODs. It's nice that quick draw is now an attachment because as a perk, it was kind of outclassed by a lot of other things. And so let's go to the bad. There's plenty of that, and I apologize if you don't want to hear this, but it's the god honest truth. First of all, the maps absolutely terrible. Worst maps collectively in any other Call of Duty game in history. It's just head glitch city. There's windows and tons of windows in every map. Lots of ledges. It is easier to get around the maps. They did a nice job with that, but oh gosh, there's more head glitching spots in this game that in these maps than any other map by like 1,000%. It's ridiculous. Some people are already calling it head glitch ops. The spawns are horrific. They are like Modern Warfare 3 when it launched. It can get better, probably will get better, but the spawns are absolutely terrible. Um, the improvements that Infinity Ward make, they chose to ignore, and that's really frustrating. The map voting system, Modern Warfare 3 got right. You got 2 maps to vote on, and then a random map. And in Black Ops 2, they made it exactly the same as the first Black Ops. You get 1 map you can vote on. You can vote to play the previous map a second time or a random map. I'm sick of playing the same maps over and over, and that's what you're getting with this vote for previous maps. So you're playing Hijacked multiple times in a row. You're playing uh, Yemen multiple times in a row. And those maps are so annoying, and it sucks that you have to play them so often. The theater mode improvements that Infinity Ward made, Treyarch chose to ignore. Kill cams are not recorded in theater mode, just like in the first Black Ops, so just laziness on their part. The fast forward button as a directional pad is not an option. It's still the right trigger like in the first Black Ops, which is annoying that you have to hold it down. Not all games can be seen. Theater mode is making a lot of UI error 22617. I'm getting this a ton. This is one of the reasons I can't get my triple collateral because I can't watch that game in theater mode. There's a lot of games that you cannot watch. Not all the host migrations are recording. Like in Modern Warfare 3, if the host left, the next part of that game will still record. In Black Ops, it wouldn't. In Black Ops 2, it's not doing it all of the time. The weapon variety kind of sucks, which is no surprise considering Treyarch really sucks at weapon variety. Same for the shotguns are not that awesome as they should be. And once again, no surprise since Treyarch really sucks at making good shotguns. The R870 is decent, but the S12 is incredibly weak. The KSG is okay, but you have to be real precise with it. And the fully auto one is way too weak. And the fact that you have to switch tubes every 4 shots, you're not going to be getting many kills with that. The 100 killer drone and the RCXD being low kill streaks just sucks. The RC, they're annoying if not anything else, but there are also many things. The 100 killer drone is too strong. It is way too fast. It's way too mobile. There's no way to counteract against it. Flak Jacket is not going to do much against that thing. Flash and stun grenades last too long. That needs to be fixed. The second tier perk has no competition. Fast Hands is too weak. Hardwired is useless, and everyone's using Cold-Blooded because there's no reason really to use anything else. Some people are using Toughness, and that's okay, but for the most part, Cold-Blooded has no competition. There is no unlimited sprint. Extreme conditioning, once again, is nerfed, just like it was in Modern Warfare 3, and no one is going to use it just like Modern Warfare 3. Betties, bouncing Betties, extremely overpowered. They are way too fast, and are just way too strong. I realize you can crouch or prone to avoid them, but that was easy to do in Modern Warfare 3. In Black Ops 2, they explode much too quickly to do that on a consistent basis. Trophy systems and tactile inserts are in the game. That is bad in itself. Don't think I have to explain that. Shock charges are completely annoying. and some would say overpowered. They're basically claymores that don't do as much damage but slow down your enemy. And the fact that you can get two of them is really annoying and could be considered OP. Sensor grenade. The fact that you have something in your game that has the word sensor in it is terrible. It might as well call it camper tool grenade. That's just a big guffaw in its own right. Score streaks are too hard to get. And the first Black Ops, the kill streaks were awesome. You know, Blackbird Chopper Gun dogs were great. So you had to get 11 kills in a row to get that dog or gunship. And in Black Ops 2, getting those high kill streaks are much harder. Even if you're a good player, if you were a good player in Black Ops, you could get those good kill streaks. And if you're a bad player, you would never get them. And Black Ops 2, no one's going to get them regardless unless you're camping your ass off and have a good connection. But it just sucks that there's all these kill streaks that no one's going to be able to get to use. Dragonfire is useless. That thing gets shot down from a submachine gun or assault rifle in just a few bullets, and it is gone. It is out of there. Way too weak for how high it is. The Pick-10's system is completely unbalanced. The fact that attachments and equipment and perks are all worth the same, completely unbalanced. There needs to be some things worth more than others to balance it out. That's never going to get fixed, and that's a shame. FMJ, Full Metal Jacket attachment, does not help against destroying UAVs. It says that it helps against enemy kill streaks, but that is not the case. It should be what it was in Modern Warfare 2 with stopping power and Modern Warfare 3 with Blind Eye Pro. Those helped you destroy UAVs. And Black Ops 2 FMJ does not. It does not help you whatsoever. The fact that 100% stealth is still possible sucks. The fact that you can run Cold-Blooded, Blind Eye, and Ghost with no problem is terrible. That should not be an option to have you invisible to absolutely everything in the game. It sucks. Dexterity is way too strong. You snap back up is way too quickly. One of the reasons why I'm using it in this game to showcase it. But it is way too fast. It was fine in the first Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 and then Steady Aim Pro. But here they made dexterity way too strong. It doesn't matter if people are using submachine guns or assault rifles. Everyone's using it. And if you don't and your enemy does, you are going to not have a fair fight. And that helps. Something that helps that out is the fact that the Tier 3 doesn't really have much competition as well, since the sound whoring is not an option in this game at this point. Ninja and awareness do not really help you. Sound whoring is pretty much non-existent, much like in the first Black Ops pre-patch, so that might get fixed, but who knows at this point. Engineer and Black Hat should be combined, so there's no reason why they should be split up. It would make Engineer much better. Submachine guns are incredibly too strong in this game. Really sucks. The hip fire on these guns are ridiculous, and it's the reason I'm using the MP7 here with the laser sight and suppressor, because that's all you're really seeing is suppressor and laser sight. People firing from the hip. You never have to aim down sight with this thing. They're just all ridiculously good. Panic knifing is a huge problem. It is the strongest and it has ever been. The lunge the lunge is still there. 360ing around people with a knife is still possible, which makes the assault shield really terrible against the knife. The assault shield is not as good as it should be. It should melee just as fast as it could in Modern Warfare 3 with the melee proficiency. This has to be a justifiable primary weapon. They keep fucking it up from game to game, and this is inexcusable. And the fact that if a knife goes up against an assault shield head on, the assault shield has no chance. The knife will beat it every time, because if you knife an assault shield, your character will loop around the character and stab them in the back, because that's how darn strong the knife is. Target finder is too strong. It should be penalized with a slower ADS, in my opinion. The fact that the noob tube is in the game is terrible. I haven't seen it yet because the last weapon attachment that someone unlocks, but as the game goes on, we're going to see more and more of it, and it's going to be too strong regardless. Sticks and stones, you can still be bankrupt by tomahawks, which is stupid. It made sticks and stones unplayable in the first Black Ops. You should not be able to bankrupt somebody just by tomahawking them. Tomahawk should be worth a lot of points, but it should not make the other player's entire game up to that point be completely worthless. That is just inexcusable once again. Nuketown 2025. You're taking my noobs away. They're all in that playlist, and I don't like that map. Take that away, because I want to slay the noobs. That's where they all are, and they should be between the sights of my gun instead. Bookmarked vids are not always showing up. That really sucks. No recoil in some of the weapons. That is inexcusable. That should not be in the game. Lag compensation. Why did they bring this back? It's been terrible in every game it's ever existed in and has no excuse why it should be. If it wasn't broken in Modern Warfare 2, why did they feel that they had to fix it? Wanted bullets are back and in full force. Curving bullets around corners is more prevalent than it's ever been. The Type 25 is completely OP, has a faster fire rate and damage than almost any other assault rifle, and it has no recoil. Fast mags is way too slow. It's basically dual mags without sleight of hand in the first Black Ops, so it's only every other reload, and it's barely quicker. That needs to be buffed. And lastly, um, this just feels like Modern Warfare 4. This is not a true successor to the first Black Ops. It has no potential to be better than the first Black Ops. Still can be better than Modern Warfare 3, but right now it just feels like Modern Warfare 4. There's almost no indication that Treyarch made this game, the developer that made World at War and Black Ops for us. It is really disappointing at this point. There's some things that can get fixed. Most of it cannot, especially the maps, which is the biggest problem in this game. And the submachine guns are way too strong. Uh, some things can get better, but for the most part, this game is a big disappointment in many different areas. But once again, those are just my thoughts. I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but you can leave your comments below, and I will see you next time.